Dear college football, how can your average Joe fan figure out that everything, including the transfer portal, calendar, coaching situation, how can everyone, all the average Joes, figure that that's fucked up? But the dipshits that you guys have hired to figure this out can't figure out how to do it. It's not rocket science. It's like COVID all over again. We're just making rules up as we go. It's common sense, I fear, that everyone can agree there needs to be a change. Welcome to the podcast, everybody. Just had to get that out.
Starting off hot. Coming out, shooting bullets at the NCAA within a minute. I like it.
It's true. I mean, everybody I talk to is more of an NFL person, and everybody seems to be on the same consensus that the calendar is fucked up. The coaches shouldn't be able to leave until the end of the year, and then the transfer portal needs to be figured out immediately. But the people who work for the NCAA are not seeing it, so I don't get it.
The funniest part that you bring up the NFL is it used to be college football was like the purest form of football. Now the NFL is a way more pure form of football than college football, and I don't think it's necessarily close. I mean, at least it makes sense, and guys aren't leaving mid-season, opting out of playoff games. It's gotten so crazy, and I'm assuming you're talking about Damon Williams, because that is crazy if that's shit's going to start happening.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen is, he's obviously not going to play for Washington. We can just start right there by saying that. But he is going to get sued. Either him or the school that he goes to is going to get sued for, I would imagine, tampering. And then they'll get all the money back that they were going to pay him originally. And I don't know. It's just a shit show. Like everything, it's just a complete shit show. And don't get me wrong, I still love college football, and I'll still watch college football. And I still think that you can make college football great again. But it's just not. I don't know. I don't know how they can't figure it out. It's very simple in my eyes.
Yeah, I was feeling a lot how you were feeling now last year, and it just sucked. It being the end of the season, season's not even over, and you're like pissed off and things are shitty. Like the worst part of the college football season is the last month of the college football season when all this shit is happening. It honestly takes away from the playoff games. Damon Williams got shit on his hand because he signed a contract with UW. So I think they're going to sue him for breach of contract, and they might seek extra damages, which I don't know what. Is Damon Williams going to go into debt, or is he just going to be forced to play for Washington? And did you see the thing that when he announced it, what all of his teammates and the rest of UW Athletics was doing?
What, they don't want him there?
No, there was an athlete, I don't know too much about it, I think on the girls' soccer team that passed away, and they were all at her funeral when he announced that he was going into the portal, including Jed Fish was at the funeral. So,
and he wasn't at the funeral.
No, he was not at the funeral. He was.
I was thinking he was tweeting in the third pew. Jesus, I was like, what?
And then tell me, because I think we know LSU, right? Is that like I think they're the one that he went into the portal for, and I see Levitt's on the hardwood with Kiffin.
I was going to say, what about Levitt? My prediction is Levitt to LSU. Whereas if he goes to LSU, DeMond is not going to LSU. I mean, I don't know where he goes.
I have a prediction.
Miami?
That's a possible one. I have a Levitt prediction. If you want to hear it,
Is it Miami?
Levitt is waiting for Dante Moore to declare for the draft, and he's going to go to Oregon right after.
Oh, I like that prediction. I like that a lot.
Because technically, Dante Moore can come back, and he's projected to go number 2, which is the Jets, which is just like your career's dead if you get drafted to the Jets as a QB. So I'm like, I guess he could come back. Unlikely, though.
Doesn't the portal end before the national championship?
Let me look this up. When does?
I thought we had 7 days left of the portal. Or is that not true?
January 16th. Which is, let's see.
Before. It's the 19th. That makes no sense. So he can't wait.
He can't wait unless Oregon loses, but.
Yeah, unless they lose. Yeah.
Which think it's very possible this week. But
Maybe that's what he's waiting for. He's waiting for Oregon to lose and then him to do it.
and I saw that he
Where,
was like, I know I'm going to Oregon. I might as well just shop myself around and go on all these sweet college campus tours and be treated like royalty wherever I go. I mean,
yeah, oh yeah, might as well.
why would you
It's
not?
just like doing the OV all over again. Well, Jack, we have four teams left: Oregon, Indiana, Miami, and Ole Miss. All coaches of these teams were under Saban at Bama at one point,
Wow.
so pretty cool there. But I was wondering, I've got them written down here. When is the last time that these four teams have won the national championship? And I want to go down the list, and you make a guess for every single one of them. You're going to know a couple, but there
Okay.
might be a couple that surprise you.
Okay, I'm ready.
Let's go Oregon, Indiana, Miami, Ole Miss in that order.
Well, I think we all know the Oregon meme, what the O stands for. So that would be never. Maybe this year. I got future on them. I want to be on it
Yeah,
if it
yeah.
happens. Was your next one Indiana?
Indiana, Miami, Ole Miss.
Is Indiana never?
Never.
Okay, so whoever.
So two out of the four.
Okay, so somebody's getting a crack at their first ever natty, no matter what. Um,
Yes. Yeah.
let's see. Miami, I will say 2003.
Very close. 2001.
Oh,
Yeah.
I,
And then Ole Miss.
Ole Miss, I will say 1958.
Actually, really close. So this one's a little weird. 1960.
Oh,
Um,
that was close.
here's the thing. You get even closer because Ole Miss was recognized as a national champion three times: 1959, 1960, 1962. But by NCAA designated major selectors, um, let's see, it looks like the 1960 year is the only year that the NCAA recognizes. So the 59 and the 62, for whatever reason, don't count because they are, from what I understand, they were elected national champions based on the AP poll and the coaches poll.
Oh, oh,
So there's like, I don't know, it's one of those weird times where you've got a bunch of teams and you don't really have a playoff format. So it's like, who's really the best?
what? Would you revert to
So
that?
dominant stretch. Dominant stretch. I mean, almost 5 years they have three national championships. I mean,
Did Joe Namath play at Ole Miss? Like, were they just how are they so good for that stretch?
I don't know, but yeah, I looked it up and like who won the national championship in 1962, and Google will tell you it's USC.
Oh,
So Ole Miss is like they're not recognized by the NCAA as for the other two, but 1960. So it's been quite a while. And to put it into perspective, I put a couple things down. What happened in 1960? JFK was elected president and defeated Richard Nixon in the first televised presidential debate. The Flintstones made their premiere, and the NFL brought in two new teams, the Dallas Cowboys and the Minnesota Vikings.
wow.
So it's been some time since Ole Miss has won a national championship, and I don't know if they've ever won a national championship with an interim head coach.
Um, so is Ole Miss? Are they going like in 1962? Or are they going like 2017 UCF and just like we're the champs? I don't care what anyone says. Hang the banner.
That's what I understand from it. Like, it's really weird.
Wow. So I mean, I guess besides Miami, but we both know with Miami they had their very dominant run in the 90s and the early 2000s. But since that run, I think did they get some sanctions? Maybe they probably knocked them down off their pedestal for a while. They haven't even
Yeah, I think.
sniffed this.
Yeah, and this was, I mean, crazy. And crazy to see them after losing to Louisville and SMU, I
Yeah.
think it was. So, I mean, just wow, very different. I did see, however, they did lose those couple games and they trailed to some shitty teams, but I saw that they have led every single second of Notre Dame, was it to A&M
Yep.
and the last game Ohio State, right?
Yeah. Wow.
Three major schools they haven't trailed for a single second. So I don't know. Miami's playing really good ball at a really good time. It feels like.
Yeah. My take on Miami is I think they're just going to go as far as the D line takes them. I mean, the crazy part about the Ohio State game is, yeah, they had the pick six. There wasn't any sort of luck about it. Like they kind of dominated Ohio State, and I think if you took the records and the jerseys off those teams, you would have just thought Miami was way better than Ohio State.
Yeah, I think so too. And I don't really know how good Ohio State really was. I think they kind of tricked everybody into thinking that they were really good by beating Texas and then just winning the rest of their games.
Yeah, yeah, that's I didn't see that one coming. Not gonna lie.
It would have been awesome to have Penn State at full strength for sure. And speaking of Penn State, how about all the guys that they're taking from Iowa State as Matt Campbell makes his departure and heads to Penn State?
You mean the Penn State Cyclones? Because that's pretty much what they are. They're going to be rolling out the Ohio State or the Iowa State roster next year, week one.
It's crazy. They'll be pretty good, I think.
I mean, that's the model. Signetti's still winning with a bunch of JMU guys. If I was a big time coach, I would try to hire like one of those schools like an Iowa State that's really good and young and be like, coach and players, please. Like, we're not just hiring you, we're hiring this 8-win team, Iowa State, and plopping it onto our team, and then you can just supplement with even more talent.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. So it'll be interesting for sure. And I'm high on him. I like Campbell. I like Rocco, but we'll see how they do.
Yeah, and we talked about it a little bit. I don't think Whittingham hired at Michigan, and it seems like Bryce Underwood is going back to Michigan, which is crazy that we even have to ask that question now with these QBs.
I mean, 3 weeks ago we were saying Michigan's going to be a dumpster fire and the worst program in college football, but I don't really think that anymore. I think they aren't really gonna skip a beat. They might actually be better next year. I don't know what this investigation is doing or if this is even gonna get complete. I don't know what's gonna happen with that, but it does seem like there is some things within the program that maybe on a not like a coaching. I don't know, just the athletic department seems like there's some stuff going on, and maybe there needs to be some changes there. But as far as the football department, I think they're not going to skip a beat, like I said.
And I think Whittingham's the perfect hire for them because Utah has always played how Michigan has played, where it's just great O line, run the ball, we're going to beat you up, and just have a solid QB. And now you get Whittingham, who I think is a massive, massive upgrade over Sharon Moore. Like Michigan's best games this year is when Sharon Moore was suspended for the Connor
Yeah,
Stallions.
yeah, they beat Ohio State the one year when he was an intern, and they thought he was the next thing.
Let's see. Oh, we got to talk Trinidad. That was what a
Oh,
performance.
yeah, that was unreal. I mean, he played so good.
Dude, the three plays where he has like kind of the pitch to the running back, and then he does like runs 100 yards behind the line of scrimmage, gets that play off for the first down, and then the roll right, dime 40 yards down the field. That was the best three plays stretch in the history of college football.
Yeah, it was so awesome because that game was so good earlier in the year, and it almost was like the exact same. Like it was obviously a different winner, but same intensity and same value of the game. It was just like iconic game.
Yeah, I think you and I were talking earlier in the week that I think Ole Miss and Georgia played two of the top 5 games of the year against each other. Like, give me Ole Miss Georgia
Yeah.
every week for the rest of the year.
Get some off season like scrimmages for us.
So I want spring ball to be against teams, like exhibition
Yeah.
match.
Speaking of top five games, the FCS National Championship on Monday night was incredible. Very sloppy football, lots of penalties, lots of miscues, but oh my God, what a game from a fan perspective. So close. Came down to the last play on a 4th and 10 in overtime. The Cats get the victory. Congratulations to them. That was awesome. They had some Taco Dallard played amazing. Lamson played amazing. Everybody really played pretty good for him. It was pretty fun to watch.
Yeah, congrats to the Cats. It's good to see a championship come back to Montana. When's the last time a Dakota State hasn't won? It had to be like Old Dominion, Stephen F. Austin, like those teams that have moved up. I feel like it's the last time they haven't won the
Yeah,
championship.
yeah. I was gonna say JMU before they moved up.
Yeah, so congrats to the Cats. I wanted to shout out Illinois State too. Great run. Like their road schedule, I think they played, let's see, they played North Dakota State, they played Southeast Louisiana, they played UC Davis, and they played Villanova. So that's about all four corners of the country, and they made that game so entertaining. At least I thought it was going to be a blowout, but they never quit fighting.
Yeah, the way it was shaping up, and then that last touchdown, last drive before halftime, with Dane Steele hurdling the guy and getting in the end zone, it was like, holy shit, this is. That's when I thought it could get out of hand, and then they kind of stalled out a little bit, made it a close game, and then ended up finishing it off. So happy for them. It's a great time to be a Bobcat. That's for sure.
Yeah, they are rolling.
Let's get into it. Thursday night, tomorrow night, 5:30. Going to the VRBO Fiesta Bowl at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona, where we just talked about Miami taking on Ole Miss. Miami laying 3.5 here, total of 52.5. And the series here is 2-1. Ole Miss leads. First thing I want to say, Jack, we didn't talk about it when we just talked about Miami. Michael Irvin, we got to talk about him. I mean, he has been present, to say the least, during this playoff run.
Yeah, he's a great to watch on the sideline. Check him in. He like wants to go in the way he's standing on the sideline. He's
like crawling on the field.
yeah, and then like they beat Ohio State and there's 2 minutes left in the game. He's talking to the players like he's a coach. He's in the sideline like Carson Beck, you got this, man, or whatever he's saying to these guys. I'm like, how much money is he donating for them to let him do that?
Right? And get him in the game. He is shredded still. Like, he was taking his belt off and his shirt came up and he's just shredded still. I'm like, oh my God.
You can't tell me he wouldn't fit right in that offense.
But yeah, we talked about it. Trinidad Chambliss, unreal against Georgia. This fuck Lane Kiffin energy has propelled this team through the last two wins, it feels like. And I just don't know if it kind of peters out here against Miami. I don't think that Chambliss can do what he did again. This Miami defense, like you talked about, that defensive front, really good. And I just think that Miami's got a chance against the winner of Oregon, Indiana. I don't know if that's the same things to be said for Ole Miss. So I really like Miami here. Another thing is quarterback experience in the playoffs. It's seeming to matter a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think that when it comes to that, Carson Beck's got just about as much experience as you could possibly have. So I lean Miami here. Either way, this will be a good story, and it's great for college football. And give me the ACC to beat the Ole Miss. I mean, I think the SEC is 3-7 in the postseason games. If I'm not,
Yeah. And
if I'm correct with that, and Ole Miss being two of those three wins,
yeah,
the other being Texas.
and one of the wins was against the SEC. And I guess Alabama
Yeah.
Alabama won, but that was also against the SEC. So I'm pretty sure the SEC has beaten the American and then beat Michigan. And that's it.
Yeah. So give me the ACC. Give me the more experienced quarterback. Miami minus the 3.5 here.
One thing I want to say before I jump into this game is the bowl games and the teams playing in them should be flipped in my eyes. We're having Miami and Ole Miss play in Arizona, and we're having Oregon and Indiana play in Georgia. Like, help, why? I know the bowl games, but they should almost just say we'll stick the highest seed gets the game closest to them, and they can just choose it, sort of thing, at least. something.
Yeah, I mean that would just make so much sense. I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, it's just such an easy travel.
yeah, just I mean, for the fans more than the teams, honestly. Just I still think the environments are going to be great. Um, I don't know. Here, my official pick for this game, betting wise, is I'm going to go with the over, just because Trinidad. He's gonna score. Beck's really good. There's just a lot of electric offensive players in this game that I like here. Um, I don't know. As a side, I think I'm just gonna lean Ole Miss just because they feel like the team that kind of has the magic behind them right now. And I know that's more of like a March Madness thing, but it seems to be working. Now, my main concern taking Ole Miss, though, is we talked about it all year that Georgia's kryptonite was the defensive line, and we saw that against Ole Miss. I mean, Trinidad was doing whatever he wanted back there. They could never get him down. And I think Miami, as we've talked about as well, has the best defensive line in the country. So that scares me a little bit, but screw it. Ole Miss, but I'll have my official pick be the over.
Yeah, and I mean, that being said, what has killed Miami this year is explosive offense, and um, Ole Miss is as explosive as they come. So that on the flip side of things, yeah, Ole Miss is. I don't hate it at all.
I also got to shout out Ole Miss. Their starting corner and their starting receiver who had the game-winning catch, both Wazoo transfers. So, groomed them up in Pullman.
Oh, just doing their job. Let's see here. Friday. So Thursday, Friday. Another thing that I don't like. This should be what Dan Lanning said is from Labor Day to January 1st, every single Saturday is designated college football. And that's just how it goes. And these games being played in the middle of the week is to cater to the NFL, playing Saturday, late in the year here, but I still don't like it. Friday, 5:30 Mountain Time. Chick-fil-A Peach Bowl, like you mentioned, being played in Atlanta, Georgia, Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Oregon and Indiana face off for the second time this year, the fourth time all time where the series is tied 2-2. Or sorry, the fifth time all time where the series is tied 2-2. Indiana won 20 in Autzen earlier this year, and I would like to note that 30-20 was with a Mendoza pick six. So I don't know. This is a hard game to pick for me. I think that this Oregon defense has played pretty well, especially against Texas Tech, but I don't know if most of that looking good against Texas Tech was due to Texas Tech's offense being so bad. They had a lot of turnovers in that game that kind of just killed them, and it felt like the Texas Tech defense was doing a pretty good job holding off Oregon while they could, but then their offense just wasn't giving them any help. So I don't know what to make of that. If that's Oregon's defense playing really well, or if that's Texas Tech's offense playing really well. But the offense didn't impress really for Oregon against Texas Tech all that much. I know they got the win. Texas Tech's defense was holding tough. I don't know. This is a tough side to pick. Obviously, these teams have played twice, and we've already seen teams that have played twice, Georgia and Ole Miss, where it's tough to beat a team twice. So I don't know. I'm kind of just going to take a shot here with Oregon and just take them as an underdog. I think that the revenge factor means a lot. I think that Lanning will get these guys going. I'm basically just praying that them playing before has all the difference in the world on them playing better this time and winning. So Oregon plus the 3.5 here. Yeah, I don't love it, but it's just what I'm picking.
Yeah, this
There's
is.
only two games. I got to make a pick on both of them.
Yep. This is a tough game to pick because, I mean, like you said, the rematch factor. We had Ole Miss turned around, beat Georgia, like you said, and then also Alabama turned around and beat Oklahoma in the first round after losing in the regular season.
That's right.
Um, I had a point on this game. Let it come to me. Oh yeah. Okay.
Indiana,
Go.
Indiana has looked really good though, so that scares the shit out of me.
Okay. That was my first point. Is Indiana broke the SEC what they did to Alabama. Alabama quit. They quit in that game. And one thing I like DeBoer, I watched Alabama quit 2 of the last 3 games of the season where everything was in front of them, which is a massive red flag if I'm high up in the Alabama. And I think they quit against Florida State too earlier in the season. But Indiana did something to the SEC when Paul Feinbaum's on Get Up in the morning, tucking his little SEC tail between his leg and saying that they're not the best conference. Which I don't know if they're the second best conference. Like, let's be realistic about the SEC here. They've looked terrible in the postseason. There's no ifs, ands, and buts about it. Um, I do think they're the second best conference, but it's a lot closer than people say, because how many times are we going to watch Iowa versus Vanderbilt was the game that really was like, holy shit, because everybody played in that game except the tight end for Vandy, and Iowa dominated them. Um,
Yeah.
Another thing on this game, though, for the NFL people out there, this is going to be the QB for Indiana is going to be the number 1 pick, and the QB for Oregon is going to be the number 2 pick. So great QB talent here. We're going to be seeing these guys playing on Sundays for a long, long time, I think. I really think Mendoza is going to be a great NFL QB, just the way he's built. Um, I'm with you. I'm going to go Oregon here just because I think the rematch factor, and I think I think the public's going to drop bombs on Indiana.
Yeah, after seeing Indiana win by a million against Alabama, it doesn't. I don't know. I think that the people love it. The people are cheering for Indiana to get that first national championship. One thing that's pretty funny about this is a 10-point difference from the first matchup in the spread. Oregon was favored by 7.5 points in game one, and now they're coming in at +3. So a 10-point swing. Absolutely crazy. I mean, you just don't see that a lot.
I mean, Indiana beating Oregon in my eyes was kind of the eye opener on Indiana, where
Yeah.
teams don't go into Autzen and win like that. That was,
No.
I mean, the coaching job. I saw a thing that the year before Signetti took over the job at Indiana, that team versus this team now, this team would be a 42.5 point favorite over the team before he would have gotten there. Like, the turnaround. I can't emphasize it enough. It's crazy. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. Gosh.
give me Oregon. Why not?
I like it. I like it. And we only have 2 games to pick here. So I don't know if you want to do lock dog tease or lock dog parlay. I was going to recommend you pick one lock or dog, and then we do a parlay.
I'm down.
You leave one blank, so you don't have to do a lock and a dog. You do one or the other, and then we do the parlay together. I don't know what our record's sitting at for how we're looking. I did hit Iowa for my
Yeah.
dog, so I've gained a little steam on that. I just don't know what the records are. But I'm gonna go with the dog instead of a lock, and I'm just gonna go Oregon money line.
I was gonna go with the dog too, and I'm going Ole Miss.
All right, let's do it. So we don't even have a lock for the week. We got both dogs, and hopefully one of us wins. For the parlay, I'm kind of thinking we go props.
Yep, I agree.
Okay. I think these are decent games to do it because I do think that all these teams are going to be able to get touchdowns. I don't see any of these games being like 13-6 or 20-13 or whatever it is. So do you want to pick one from each game? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, I was looking at, because I was thinking props for the parlay too, and I was looking at the Ole Miss Miami game. Hear me out on this one. They're both -200, but for my side, I'll do Keywan Lacey and Mark Fletcher both to score a touchdown. They're both like -220 each.
Okay. Q1 Lacey and Mark Fletcher both for Ole Miss.
Ole Miss is Keywan Lacey. Mark Fletcher is the running back for Miami.
Oh, okay. Like that a lot. Um, Oregon.
Get a
Part of
somewhere.
me wants to just go Surratt, but
That guy can play.
yeah, yeah. Screw it. We got a good. They got a good quarterback. I I wonder what he did in the first game
Was he,
against Oregon.
he
That
did
could
get
be.
dinged up at one point in this season.
Was he not playing in that first game? Maybe.
Let me go look at his. I got Indiana pulled up. I don't know
Yeah,
what
I'm
time
having.
of the year he missed, but I know he missed. Missed
Yeah, it
like a
looks like
month. He did.
he had
Oh,
8 catches and a touchdown.
121 yards.
Holy. So yeah, let's do it again. Run it back. Surratt score touchdown.
I like it. I like it. All right, I got one question for you before we hop off here.
Yeah.
Got the golf bug right now. After 1 year of us podcasting, what do you think our handicap is podcast wise?
What is it? Oh, so like for the okay.
Yeah, so like Joe
Um,
Rogan's like a +6. Pardon my takes, like a +3. At the start of the year, we were like a 25.
dude, I'm gonna put us at a 10.
That's what I was gonna say. Low double digits.
Room for room for improvement, but not we're not shooting 100. We're respectable, keeping it in the 80s the whole time.
Yeah, I think we're making some birdies here and there. Definitely making some doubles still. I mean, just definitely making doubles. But yeah,
Yeah, when one of us forgets something and we're running it to the other room, middle of the podcast, you're like, "Ah, you got to keep it going for me, dude, while I'm gone."
that's why you guys got to dial in on the YouTube. You can see really what we're going through.
Yeah. Well, it's been fun. We've got one more. The last one will probably be pretty short, I would imagine. But we'll talk lots of transfer portal. Maybe we'll have some more answers by then. And then, I don't know, maybe even some hot takes for next year. One thing that we are working on is getting our Pocket Jacks podcast write-off trip planned for next year. I wish we could write that off. Unfortunately, we can't. Uh, but open to suggestions on places that we should go. We would like to go somewhere warm. We'd like to do the SEC. So if you guys can think of an SEC game or even another game that you've maybe been to or uh, something that you recommend for us. Like I said, we're trying to keep it in the SEC, but we're open to all suggestions. Uh, so yeah,
Yeah, and the other thing I was gonna add is I was thinking we're just airing this out on the pod. I was thinking for next week we do our normal pod for the game and everything. It'll be pretty short with it being one game, and then we do like a podcast recap where we do like best pick of the year, worst pick of the year, best take, worst take, give out awards, kind of just recap our entire season and kind of finish it off like that.
yeah, we'll reference our post at the beginning of the year where we had our conference winners and our Heisman's and our national champions,
Yeah.
uh, and we will see how bad they are.
Yeah, and then one last thing, we gotta do one last bowl mania, just cause I think I gotta suck my dick a little bit here. I think I'm the running favorite right now. I'm in third, but got points remaining. You hung out with Will Larson this week. I don't even know if he knew he was winning the thing, but he's been winning it the entire time. Like he's been in first for 3 weeks
Yeah, and it's just going to come down to, I mean, it is going to be a battle because um, obviously you get the next three correct and you win. Simple as that. But let's say you drop one,
now. Yeah,
then this becomes a guessing game between maybe the top four people of going. It might have you might have to just pick against people for the sole fact of like they're going to pick. Let's say Indiana wins, and let's say Ole Miss wins. Indiana will be have a heavy favorite, um, and probably a crowd favorite as well. So you're kind of playing the man more than you're playing the game. You're trying to figure out, oh, is he going to pick Indiana? Because I have to go opposite no matter what if I want to win. So we'll see how interesting this gets. In
yeah,
my eyes, I think we're gonna, if you let's say you lose one of these next two games, there's got to be what 3, 4, 5 people up there
yeah.
come championship time on who's in the race to win.
Yeah, I'm seeing just max points. Rory McClaverty, he's right up there. Dave Felstedt, he's been up there. Bo, you're still up there. If you went, you could swing for some upsets here and maybe pull a late comeback. Maybe go with the double dog this week. I don't know.
I've already done it.
Nice. I got it. I got to shout out Nat. I wish she would have parlayed this. She picked Ole Miss and Miami. Come on. That's crazy.
What was that, like plus 250 each
I
on the
mean,
money line?
I'm trying to. Miami was a 10-point dog.
Yeah.
They won outright. Someone else picked Miami. Will picked Miami for 41 points. Oh my god.
He had some insider info,
Yeah,
apparently.
yeah. We need to start getting him on. See what he knows that we don't.
Well, it's been a good one, short one. So hopefully everyone can make it to the end. 35 minutes long. Thanks for listening. Got you one more podcast coming.
Go Cougs. See you guys.